When solving a system of equations by using the substitution method, the first thing we want to do is solve one of the two equations for either the x variable or the y variable. In our first example, the very first equation is already solved for y, so we don't have to worry about doing or rearranging anything. So then we can substitute that expression into the other equation and solve for the remaining variable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this very first equation and I'm going to substitute it in for the y in the second equation behind the 6. So I'll have my negative x plus 6, but instead of writing y gets replaced with the negative 3x minus 9, since that's what y is equal to. I can finish off that equation by writing equals 22. Now you can see I only have the variable x in my equation, so I'm going to solve for that x. The first thing I'll do is distribute that 6 to both the negative 3x and the negative 9. So I'll have negative x minus 18x minus 54 equal to 22. Now that we have removed the parentheses, I'm going to combine my like terms. So I have a negative x and a negative 18. So negative x minus a negative 18x gives me a negative 19x minus 54 equal to 22. I need to get the negative 19x alone, so I'm going to add 54 to both sides. 22 plus 54 gives us 76. And that will equal negative 19x. So then to get our x alone, we divide that by negative 19. And we're going to get x to be negative 4. So now we also have to find a value for our y variable. So what we can do is go back to that very first equation where we see y equals, and we can replace the x variable with the negative 4 that we found. So if I go back to y equals negative 3x minus 9, where I see my x, it's going to become negative 4. So y will equal negative 3 times negative 4 minus 9. We can replace that x with the negative 4 because we found what that value was. Now we just have to perform the math to finish the equation. So negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12, subtract 9, which makes our y variable equal to positive 3. The last thing we need to do is just write our solution as a point. So our point is always x comma y, so our answer is going to be negative 4 comma 3.